It's 3 a.m. A face bathed in blue light from a phone screen, eyes wide open, not with alertness, but with compulsion. Just one more video, one more scroll, one more click. Tomorrow morning will bring exhaustion, emptiness, and the question that haunts millions: why can't I stop? Today we're diving deep into the hidden habits that silently fuel lust, the patterns so normalized that you don't even realize they're controlling you. By the end of this video, you'll understand the invisible chains that have been holding you back, and more importantly, how to break them. Let's start with the most obvious yet most ignored habit: endless scrolling on social media. You think you're just checking Instagram or TikTok for entertainment, but what's really happening? Every scroll is a slot machine pull. Your brain doesn't know what's coming next. Will it be a funny meme, a friend's post, or will it be that perfectly curated image designed to trigger your desire? The algorithms know you better than you know yourself. They've studied your pause patterns, your replay habits, your lingering gazes, and they feed you more of what keeps you hooked. The problem isn't just the explicit content, it's the endless stream of idealized bodies, the suggestive poses disguised as fitness content, the beach photos, the fashion shoots. Your brain gets conditioned to expect arousal from your phone. Every notification becomes a potential dopamine hit laced with sexual undertones. You're not just building a social media habit, you're building a Pavlovian response, where phone equals stimulation equals craving. Then there's the habit of consuming media without boundaries. You're watching a series late at night. Suddenly there's an intimate scene. You tell yourself it's just part of the story, that you're mature enough to handle it. But your brain isn't making that distinction. It's registering arousal. It's creating neural pathways. That scene lingers in your mind long after the episode ends, and when you lie in bed trying to sleep, those images resurface, and suddenly you're fighting a battle you didn't plan to fight. This extends to music, movies, even YouTube recommendations. You start with a workout video and somehow end up watching fitness influencers in revealing outfits. You search for a song and the thumbnail shows you exactly what will make you click. The entertainment industry knows that sex sells, and they're selling it to you in doses so small you don't notice you're being conditioned. Let's talk about the habit of isolation. You think being alone is neutral, maybe even peaceful, but isolation is lust's best friend. When you're alone with your thoughts and your devices, accountability vanishes. There's no one to see what you're doing, no one to interrupt the spiral. Loneliness creates a void, and lust promises to fill it, even though it never does. The temporary escape feels like connection, like intimacy, but it leaves you more isolated than before. The modern lifestyle feeds this perfectly. Working from home, living alone, spending evenings in your room with the door closed, these aren't inherently bad, but without intentional connection, without community, without genuine relationships, you become vulnerable. Your mind starts seeking comfort in the only companion it has, the screen. Now, here's a habit most people never consider: the way you deal with stress. Had a tough day at work? Brain immediately suggests a reward. Feeling anxious about tomorrow? Your mind offers an escape. Bored on a Sunday afternoon? Suddenly you're restless, and that restlessness knows exactly where to go. You've trained your brain that discomfort equals needing a dopamine hit, and the fastest route to that hit is through sexual stimulation. This is why people relapse during exams, after breakups, during job transitions. It's not about the lust itself, it's about the coping mechanism. You never learned to sit with discomfort. You never developed healthy ways to process stress. So your brain defaults to what it knows works, even if it only works for 10 minutes before the guilt and shame rush in. The habit of staying up late is another silent killer. Your willpower is a finite resource. Every decision you make during the day depletes it. By midnight, you're running on fumes. Your rational brain, the prefrontal cortex that helps you make wise choices, is practically offline. That's when the impulsive brain takes over. That's when just one peak turns into hours of regret. The late night hours are when most people fall, not because they're weak, but because they're fighting with no ammunition left. Sleep deprivation makes it worse. When you're tired, your brain craves quick energy, quick pleasure. It can't think long term. It can't remember why you wanted to quit in the first place. All it knows is that it feels terrible right now, and it remembers something that can make it feel good, even if just for a moment. Then there's the habit of glamorizing the struggle. You watch videos about dopamine detox, read articles about self-improvement, join online communities. But here's the trap. You start consuming content about the problem more than you work on solving it. You become a professional understander of your issue rather than a person who's actually changing. You know all the terminology, all the science, all the strategies, but knowing isn't doing, and sometimes the constant exposure to these topics keeps the issue front and center in your mind, making you think about it more, not less. The fitness culture has created another unexpected trap. Working out is healthy, right? But when you're constantly looking at fitness influencers, when your gym motivation comes from watching idealized bodies online, when your protein shake recipe search leads you down a rabbit hole of suggested content, even your healthy habits become contaminated. The line between inspiration and obsession blurs. You're not just building your body, you're building new triggers. Let's address the habit of half measures. You delete one app, but keep others. You use website blockers, but know the password. You promise to quit, but keep one exception, one outlet, one lesser evil. This is like trying to quit smoking by only smoking on weekends. Your brain doesn't reset. The neural pathways don't weaken. You're just stretching out the addiction, making it chronic instead of curing it. Half commitment is just another way of staying stuck while feeling like you're trying. The comparison habit feeds lust in a unique way. You look at others' relationships, their experiences, their intimacy, and feel like you're missing out. Social media shows you everyone's highlight reel, and your brain interprets it as evidence that everyone else is living the life you're being denied. This creates resentment, which creates justification. You tell yourself you deserve pleasure because life has been unfair. You tell yourself it's harmless because compared to what others are doing, you're not that bad. Comparison becomes permission. Finally, there's the habit of living without purpose. When you don't have a compelling reason to get up in the morning, when you don't have goals that excite you, when you're just going through the motions, your brain seeks stimulation anywhere it can find it. Lust thrives in purposelessness. It fills the space that should be occupied by ambition, by passion for something meaningful, by work that matters. If you're not building something, if you're not pursuing something, if you're not becoming someone, your energy has nowhere to go except in circles, and those circles often lead back to old patterns. Every single one of these habits is invisible until you start looking for them. They're so woven into modern life that they seem normal, but they're not normal. They're normalized. There's a difference. The first step to freedom isn't willpower or motivation. It's awareness. It's seeing the patterns. It's recognizing that you're not fighting one battle. You're fighting a system of habits that all support each other. The good news? Habits can be changed. Patterns can be broken, but not by attacking them one at a time. You need to rebuild your entire lifestyle. You need community instead of isolation. You need purpose instead of distraction. You need rest instead of exhaustion. You need real connection instead of digital substitutes. You need to make your life so full of meaning that lust has no room to breathe. This isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Every small choice compounds. Every boundary you set makes the next one easier. Every time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you're rewiring your brain. You're building a new person, one decision at a time. The chains that bind you were built link by link, habit by habit, choice by choice, and they'll be broken the same way. Not in one dramatic moment, but in 1,000 small victories that nobody sees except you. The question isn't whether you can change. The question is whether you're ready to look honestly at the life you've built and decide that you deserve better. Because you do. And that journey starts now.